Toys of the 1960s brought endless joy and creativity to kids everywhere, sparking imaginations and setting the stage for countless adventures. These beloved playthings hold a special place in our hearts, reminding us of simpler times filled with endless play and discovery. Today, we take a look at 10 iconic toys from the 1960s that shaped childhood. G.I. Joe, created by Hasbro in 1964, was one of the first action figures made for boys. The initial G.I. Joe figures represented different branches of the U.S. military, including the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines. This new toy concept was coined action figure to avoid the term doll, which was considered a girl's toy. The original 12-inch figures became popular quickly and were known for their realistic design and articulation. G.I. Joe also introduced innovative features like lifelike hair and gripping hands in the late 1960s. Despite changing themes over the years, the figure's military roots remained a key part of its identity. The original G.I. Joe action figure was inducted into the National Toy Hall of Fame in 2004. The Easy Bake Oven, introduced by Kenner in 1963, quickly became a popular toy among children. Using two 100-watt incandescent light bulbs as its heat source, the oven allowed kids to bake miniature cakes and cookies. The original design came in pale yellow or turquoise, mimicking the look of a real kitchen oven. By the end of its first year, Kenner had sold 500,000 units, making it a commercial success. The Easy Bake Oven came with packets of cake mix and small pans, allowing children to mix and bake their own treats. This innovative toy not only provided fun, but also introduced basic cooking skills to young users. The oven was inspired by the pretzel ovens used by street vendors in New York City. The Etch A Sketch is a drawing toy invented by André Cassagnier from France in the late 1950s. It was introduced to the American market by the Ohio Art Company on July 12, 1960, and quickly became one of the most popular toys of that decade. The toy features a thick gray screen enclosed in a red plastic frame with two white knobs at the bottom. Turning these knobs moves a stylus that displaces aluminum powder on the back of the screen, creating a visible line. The left knob controls horizontal movement, while the right knob controls vertical movement, allowing users to create intricate drawings. By the end of 1960, over 600,000 units had been sold. The Etch A Sketch was originally named L'Écran Magique, or the Magic Screen, before it was renamed for the American market. Barbie was created by Ruth Handler and introduced by Mattel on March 9, 1959. The doll was inspired by a German toy named Build Lily, which Handler found in Europe. Barbie quickly became popular due to her adult appearance, which was different from the baby dolls common at the time. In the 1960s, Barbie was marketed as a teenage fashion model, and her stylish clothes and accessories were designed by Charlotte Johnson. Throughout the decade, Barbie's success led to the introduction of new outfits, friends, and even a boyfriend named Ken. By the end of the 1960s, Barbie had become an iconic toy that symbolized glamour and aspiration for many young girls. Barbie was initially manufactured in Japan, and her clothes were hand-stitched by Japanese workers. Rock'em Sock'em Robots is a two-player action toy designed by Marvin Glass and Associates and first made by the Marx Toy Company in 1964. It features two boxing robots, Red Rocker and Blue Bomber, which are controlled by players using joysticks. The objective is to knock the opponent's robot's head off its shoulders to win. The game became extremely popular in the United States, selling hundreds of thousands of units. It was inspired by earlier arcade boxing games that used mannequins. The toy remained almost unchanged for over a decade and became a minor cultural phenomenon. The original design was almost canceled after a real boxer's death, but the idea was saved by changing the figures from humans to robots. Hot Wheels, created by Elliott Handler, was first introduced by Mattel on May 18, 1968. Handler's inspiration came from seeing his son play with Matchbox cars, prompting him to design a line of toy cars with more flair and speed. The original series, known as the Original Sweet 16, featured 16 custom-designed cars, including the iconic dark blue custom Camaro. Unlike Matchbox, which focused on realistic models, Hot Wheels emphasized hot rod culture with exaggerated features like big rear tires and flame paint jobs. These cars were designed to roll smoothly and quickly on specially designed orange tracks. Hot Wheels quickly became a major success, disrupting the die-cast toy car industry and forcing competitors to innovate. The Twin Mill, one of the earliest models, was so popular that it was later built as a full-scale, fully functional car in 2001. Chatty Cathy was a pull-string talking doll made by Mattel from 1959 to 1965. Created by Ruth and Elliot Handler, she was one of the first dolls that could talk when her string was pulled. The doll could say 11 different phrases, including, "I love you," and "Please take me with you." Chatty Cathy had a variety of hair colors and styles, and in 1963, her hair was changed to long twin ponytails. In addition to the original doll, Mattel also released Chatty Baby and Tiny Chatty Baby. The voice for Chatty Cathy was provided by June Foray, a famous voice actress. Chatty Cathy was the second most popular doll of the 1960s, right after Barbie. Spirograph is a geometric drawing toy that creates intricate mathematical curves, known as hypotrochoids and epitrochoids. It was developed by British engineer Dennis Fisher and first sold in 1965. The toy consists of plastic gears and rings with teeth that interlock, allowing users to create various patterns by inserting a pen into holes in the gears and rotating them. Spirograph quickly became popular due to its ability to produce complex and beautiful designs with simple movements. In 1967, it was named Toy of the Year, reflecting its widespread appeal. Kenner Products introduced Spirograph to the U.S. market in 1966, expanding its popularity further. The original Spirograph design was inspired by Fisher's work with Meccano pieces. Lite Brite was introduced by Hasbro in 1967 and quickly became a popular toy among children. The toy consists of a light box with small colored pegs that fit into a panel to create illuminated pictures. Invented by Bert Meyer, Dahlia Verbicas, and Joseph Burke, Lite Brite allowed kids to use templates or create their own designs on black paper. The light from a bulb inside the box would shine through the colored pegs, creating a glowing image. It was celebrated for its creativity and educational value, encouraging artistic expression and fine motor skills. Lite Brite's popularity led it to be named one of the top 100 toys of all time by Time magazine. Lite Brite was inducted into the National Toy Hall of Fame in 2022. Creepy Crawlers, introduced by Mattel in 1964, was a popular toy that allowed kids to create their own rubbery bugs and creatures. The set included metal molds shaped like various insects and a liquid substance called Plastigoop. Children would pour the Plastigoop into the molds and then heat them on a small electric hot plate oven. Once the goop cooled, it transformed into semi-solid, rubbery critters that could be removed from the molds. The original Creepy Crawlers set was part of a larger series called Thingmaker, which also included molds for flowers, soldiers, and more. Despite its popularity, the toy was eventually discontinued in the early 1970s due to safety concerns with the heating element. In the 1990s, Toymax revived the Creepy Crawlers brand using a safer, light bulb-powered heater. So, what toy from the 1960s was your favorite? Drop a comment down below to tell us all about the toys you remember playing with.